Alright, so what we'll be focusing on in this video is statistics. So we're going to go through each subtopic within the CXC syllabus pertaining to statistics. So first thing foremost, what is statistics? So basically, statistics is so I'll give a small definition here. So interest of statistics. Statistics is a science of conducting studies to collect, organize, summarize, analyze, and draw conclusions from data. So that was just a small definition for statistics. Now, the first subtopic beneath statistics or under statistics is population versus sample statistics. Now, the thing is with these two, population. When you're talking about the population, you're referring to all the items we are interested in studying, like every single thing we're interested in studying, and sample would be a subset of the population. So population versus sample statistics. So remember, population refers to all the items we are interested in studying, and the sample is a subset of the population. What do I mean by subset? A part of the population. So population is what? All the items we are interested in studying, and the sample is what? It is a part of or a subset of the population. Now, when we are talking about population, so for example, we are going to calculate a feature, like say we have a population of let's say cows, and we're going to calculate a feature, like let's say the mean weight of the cows, the population of cows. Now, a feature, calculating one feature from the population or of the population, the name given to that is a parameter. Parameter is a parameter, and if we're going to calculate one feature of the sample, this is called a statistic. Statistic without the S. So if we say statistics, we're referring to the broad topic. If we're talking about statistic, we're referring to calculating a feature of the population. Now, remember, population refers to all the items we are interested in studying, while sample is a subset of the population. Calculating one feature of the population, that is called a parameter, as in calculating that one feature, it's called a parameter. Calculating a feature of the sample, that is called a statistic. Now, let's say method of data collection on the population. Method of data collection. So here, collection. So method of data collection on the population, that is called a census. So hopefully students know what a census is. Census is, I think, if you're going to conduct a census, you would basically try to figure out how many persons are living in a household, or to determine the entire population of, let's say, for Jamaica, for example. Method of data collection on a sample is called a survey. So I'm going to repeat that. The method of data collection on the population, it's called a census, and the method of data collection on a sample, that is called a survey. So let's say that we're going to conduct a research, for example. So let's say we're going to do a research on the entire population of Jamaica, for example. So entire population of Jamaica. And let's say Jamaica has 2 million people, or approximately there and there, about 2 million people. I think it's about that. So these 2 million people, if we're going to conduct a study on these 2 million people, those 2 million people, we would consider them to be the what? The population. Now, let's say, for example, it's a one person that's going to or it's going to be a company that's going to conduct this research, and they don't have enough infrastructure to cover everybody in the population of Jamaica. So what they could do, probably that company could choose a sample. For we have 14 parishes in Jamaica, and let's say that company is going to choose a sample. Now the sample from the 2 million people, we could say, let's give that a number. We can say probably 200. 200. We choose a sample of 200 people. So the population would be the 2 million. The sample would be the 200,000 people. So let's see if I can give another example. A different sheet. Let's say, for example, we're going to do a research on what could I use? Let's say integers, for example. And we know that integers consist of positive and negative numbers, including 0. So we'd have a few, -4, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. So let's say this integers, this would refer to the population. Now, with integers, we realize that there's a lot of different type of numbers within this population, and we cannot do it in one day, for example, or it's going to be difficult to be conducting a research on all these different type of numbers. So what we could do, we could choose a sample, and the sample that we would choose is probably, let's say, we would choose whole numbers. Now, whole numbers, what's the first whole number? The first whole number would be 0, then we'd have 1, then we'd have 2, then we'd have 3, then we'd have, and so on. So I'm just giving you some examples on population and sample statistics. So hopefully you understand this concept. So remember, population versus sample statistics. Population refers to all the items we are interested in studying. Sample is a subset of the population or a part of the population, calculating a feature of the population that is called a parameter, calculating a feature of the sample that is called a statistic, not statistics, statistic. Method of data collection on the population, that's called a census, and the method of data collection on a sample is called a survey. So, and hopefully you understand the examples that I gave.